You bought 3 properties after many years of doing private lending with JWB. Mike, you want to go a little into more detail of why you ended up, after all those years of private lending, decided to buy these properties?
I guess more of a realization that this would meet our long-term goals, not just with 20, 25 years of appreciation, but also two enormous tax benefits, in my opinion, that are available today. One of them is for being able to avoid depreciation recapture, which means today, as any of us who have properties, you can depreciate them over the course of 27 and a half years, but those are essentially long-term loans from the IRS that have to be paid back at your current tax rate when you sell the property. But if you hold on to your properties and until after the end of your life and pass them on to your heirs, they get to avoid all of that depreciation recapture that you have benefited from during the time that you've owned the property. That's a large tax bill that they save on. And then the other is called capital gains step up of basis, which means that from the time that you purchase your property and add some capital improvements to it, the value of that compared to the fair market value of what it would be at the time of sale, that gap in between is what you would pay capital gains on. And once again, if you hold on to your properties to the end of your life, pass them on to your heirs, that gap of capital gains taxes, they don't have to pay at all. They would only start paying capital gains from the time that they receive it until later. So that's why we did this. Plus, we have our own home. So we have 4 children, 4 homes. We're thinking that's probably good. Plus, it doesn't drain us from being able to hit our short-term goals financially.
I love how the idea of giving them inheritance while you're around is a part of it. And then the idea of the inheritance that they're getting once you pass on, you want to experience the financial legacy you leave behind and the way that they're going to experience it as well as a vehicle for tax savings when they get to inherit all the stuff that you work so hard to pass down.